All right, my friends, finding a comfortable seated position for you today. And we're going to get head to toe, earlobe to earlobe. We'll clear out that head and kind of get rid of the brain fog today and hopefully just leave feeling a whole lot better. So sitting up nice and tall, let's give those shoulders a good roll up and back and just let your shoulders slide down and away. Shoulder shrugs, awesome at letting go of tension in the neck and the shoulders. Roll it again, up and back, and let those shoulders slide down and away. Feel the length in your spine as you sit up nice and tall. Feel the heaviness of those arms as you just relax through those shoulders. Close your eyes, rest your hands comfortably, and just breathe. Turning the palms to face the sky, drooping the wrists over the knees. Maybe bring your index finger and thumb to touch. And just slow your breath down. Aware of the length and the depth of each breath you take. And as we move through our practice today, we do so without judgment, without egos. We let go of expectations and we just let it be. We let it happen however it's meant to today. If along the way you want to stop, you need to take a break, you need a drink of water, if some other pose feels good to you, know that that is just fine. With those eyes closed, just slowly walk your hands forward. Releasing the weight of the upper body down, just checking in, the lower back, the hips, the groin, and just let yourself melt. And just remember, depending upon if you've given yourself time to kind of warm up the body, it might feel a little differently than if this is the first thing you've done today. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands to the left, reaching through your right fingertips just as far as you can, and then relax the weight of your upper body down towards that left thigh. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center. Fingertips reach out just as far as you can reach. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands to the right, reaching through those left fingertips just as far as you can. Inhale, lift, walk it back through center. Fingertips reaching out, just let your tummy and chest nestle down into your lap. Hopefully already feeling better. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips, core strong, circle those arms up and overhead, reach it high. And as you exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. Give a little push with that right hand, lift the left side of the rib cage. And inhale, reach it high, and exhale, let's take it to the other side. Inhale, both arms come up, reach it high. As you exhale, turn to the right. Left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit, and turn and take your gaze out over your back shoulder. That left shoulder presses down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn it back to face front. And exhale, turn to the left, right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit. Turn and take your gaze out over your back shoulder. Right shoulder presses down and away. As a little tuck of the chin towards the chest. Just a nice stretch down that right side of the neck. Inhale, reach, turn back to face front. Releasing those hands down by your sides, press your palms down towards the ground. And as you exhale, chin to chest. Roll the head to the right, right ear over the right shoulder. And press that left palm down towards the ground. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. Releasing the chin back down towards the chest. And we roll it to the left ear over the left shoulder. Pressing that right palm down towards the ground. Just allowing your body to let go of the tension it's holding. As you exhale, releasing the chin back down towards your chest. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, head up nice and tall, reach it high. And exhale, 3 cactus arms. Pull those elbows back and down. Open up that chest, squeeze through those shoulder blades. Inhale, reach. Exhale and pull. One more time, inhale, reach. And exhale, pull. Inhale, reach it high. Circle those arms around behind you, fingertips pointing towards your bottom. Lean back onto your hands. Press and lift your hips to the sky. Arch your back. Lift your belly, gazing upward. And gently release your bottom back down. Cross the other leg in front and sit up nice and tall. Reach it high. Exhale and release that right hand down. Left arm up and over. And let's sway twice each side. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, other side. Inhale, both arms up. One more time, each direction. Hopefully that back is feeling a little looser. One more time to the left. Inhale, both arms reach high. Pull the hands through heart center. Let's walk it out. Take it through to center. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. And just notice how it feels with the other leg in front. It's going to feel a little different. Hopefully not too different. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands to the right. Reach through your left fingertips just as far as you can reach and relax the weight of your head down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center. And then over to the left, reaching out just as far as you can reach. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk those hands back through center. Fingertips reach out just as far as you can reach. And just let your upper body be as heavy as you can. Just surrender it down. Let go of the tension in the hips, the lower back. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle those arms up and overhead. Reach it high. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head. And as you exhale, draw the chin down towards your chest. As you close the elbows around your ears, just a gentle pull down. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Release the weight of your head back into your hands. Let the elbows open wide. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. What do you notice? Inhale it up nice and tall. And as you exhale, a little lean to the right. Lifting that left elbow just as high as you can lift it. Stretching those intercostal muscles through the ribs. Inhaling it back up nice and tall. And exhale, lean to the left. A little lift of that right elbow just as high as you can lift. Inhaling it back up nice and tall. Extend those arms to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the right elbow and circle that left arm around behind us. You don't have to lock the fingertips. You can tap them and then switch and circle those arms up. Left elbow bends, right elbow reaches up. You can touch, you don't have to. Just take it around behind you, and we're just going to alternate sides. Just a little pause as you get to that fullest reach. One more time each. Just up and back, warming up those shoulders. Again, feeling all the feels. How is that? Is it pretty challenging or is it okay? Opening those arms out to a T, flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale it open and reach. Let's do that once more. Open those arms out to a T, flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest, press your palms forward, spine back. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you, sit up tall. Take your gaze out over your back shoulder. Right shoulder presses down and away. Inhale, reach it up, turn back to face front. And exhale, turn to the right. Left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand behind you, sit up tall. Take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Little tuck of your chin, little press of that left shoulder down and away. Inhale, reach, turn back to face front, 3 cactus arms. Exhale, pull those elbows back and down, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, pull. One more time, reach it up. And exhale, pull. Reach it up and then circle those arms around behind you. Fingertips point towards your bottom. Once again, lean back onto those hands and we lift those hips. Opening up the chest, lifting the belly, lifting your gaze. Squeezing those buns. And gently release it back down. Sitting up nice and tall, let's shift our hands towards the front and come up onto all fours to our tabletop position. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width, core's nice and strong. Let's do some cat and cows. As you inhale, lower your belly, lift your gaze, lift your sit bones, arch your back. As you exhale, hollow your tummy and chest, lift your spine, tuck your chin. To cat, inhale it back to cow. And flow it through to cat. Let's do 2 more of each. Just taking it at your pace. Really working to articulate those vertebrae one at a time. Once more each direction. Really being mindful, being kind, not overdoing. Coming back to that neutral spine and just wag your tail. Wag those hips side to side. Keeping that core nice and strong. You can make this as big as you want it to be or as little as you want it to be. Just releasing through the hips and through that lower back, coming back to center. Let's take a giant step forward with each hand. We're going to lift our sit bones towards the sky as we lower the chest and those armpits towards the mat to puppy pose. Chin, cheek, or forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift just slightly. And then exhale, slowly lower it back down. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, gently release. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, gently release it. Hold your puppy pose. And just gently walk those hands back as those sit bones sit back towards your heels to child's pose. Here we check in with our breath. We check in with the body. Reminding ourselves that we're doing our best to let go of tension and tightness. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just taking care of ourselves. Those arms are extended out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to inhale and hollow the tummy and chest, lifting your spine towards the sky, slowly pulling ourselves forward. like an ocean wave, coming forward to our modified plank. And then gently let those hips dip down towards the ground as you lift your gaze, opening up that chest, rolling those shoulders back. Cobra. Inhale, level it back out into your modified plank. Tuck your chin, hollow your tummy, hollow your chest. Slowly transition your weight back to child's pose. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, hollowing the tummy, hollowing the chest, slowly transitioning your weight forward to that modified plank. Keeping that core engaged, slowly let those hips dip down towards the ground as you lift your gaze, opening up that chest. Once again, we come back to our modified plank, tucking the chin, hollowing the chest, hollowing the tummy, slowly transitioning our way back to child's pose. Let's bring the palms to touch, spread your fingers wide, elbows shoulder width apart. We lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky, coming up to Dolphin. Really nice stretch for the calves, the Achilles, the ankles, and just gently walk it out. All about the sensations, our breath, what our body's telling us, how our body responds to certain requests. If your body today says, hey, not today, don't judge, honor it. As you exhale, let both heels gently sink. We take a giant step back with one foot and then the other, and then gently, slowly leveling out into your dolphin plank. Shoulders right over those wrists, nose right over your thumbs. You can bring those knees to the mat or stay up on the toes. Finding your breath, lifting out of those shoulders, strong, solid. We're going to dip the hips from side to side. You can do that from your toes or your knees. And these can be as little or as big as you want them to be. You don't have to touch the mat, just rotating those hips and a little dip down, being mindful of your back. Really working the core, but being nice to your body. One more time, each direction. We come back to our plank. If you're on the knees, tuck the toes. Let's walk those feet back into Dolphin and allow the heels to sink. Head's heavy. Find your breath. Releasing the knees to the mat. Keep those toes tucked under and just sit it back. Stretching the toes, the arches of the feet, the calves. And let's slowly walk our hands up. Keeping those toes tucked under, hands shoulder width apart. Lift your knees. We're hovering in our tabletop. Find your breath. Again, a good stretch. Toes, arches of the feet, and those calves. As you exhale, extend the legs. Shift your weight back towards your heels. A little narrower stance than our traditional down dog. All good. Just lift those sit bones high. Let your heels sink. Take the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Soft bend in those knees. Arms are heavy. Head's heavy. Give that head a little shake if you need to, if you feel like you're holding tension in the neck. Let's bring the hands to the elbows and hold on, and then gently sway side to side. Coming back to center, relax your arms. A little shift of your weight forward into your toes. Keep those heels pressing down against the earth, and you should feel a nice stretch down the backs of the legs. And then shift your weight towards your heels, lift your toes, and feel how that activates through the top of the foot, a little stretch through the arch of the foot, centering your weight, and then slowly, slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. As you reach the top, roll those shoulders up and back, and let your shoulders slide down and away. Do that again, big shoulder roll. Take it up and back, and let your shoulders slide down and away. And let's step to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Coming to our mountain pose, roll those shoulders up and back, palms open to the front. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Holding your plank, lifting out of those shoulders. As you exhale, lift your hips to down dog. And let's alternate bending knees, walk it out. Find in your breath. As you exhale, let both heels sink. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back knee to the mat if you like, otherwise knee is off, and we circle those arms up and overhead, coming into our crescent lunge. Back knee can be down, hips are heavy coming forward, feeling that stretch down the front of that left leg. Inhale, straightening that front leg a little. And exhale, sink. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Circle the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat as you open the chest to the sky. Roll those palms open. Stretching through the chest, through the biceps. Finishing that big circle, arms up and overhead. Pull the hands to heart center, we twist and place that left elbow to the right knee. Pressing against the knee and working to bring your hands towards heart center. Breathe. We turn it back to face front, extending those arms overhead. Circle the arms to the back. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Right leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog and sway the hips side to side. Allowing the heels to sink. Working to get the bend out of the wrists as much as you can. And just let those hips sway. As those hips sway, what do you notice in the lower back? Through the calves, down your IT bands. Coming back through to center. Shift your weight to your right foot, left toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back knee can come down if you like, otherwise knee stays off, and we circle those arms up and overhead to our crescent lunge. Breathe. Sinking in, feeling that good long stretch down the front of that right leg. Circle the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat. Open your chest, gaze to the sky, rotate those palms up and spread those fingers. Breathe. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. Pull the hands to heart center, we twist, placing that right elbow to the left knee, pressing against the knee and working to bring the hands towards heart center. We once again turn it back to face front, extending those arms overhead. Circling the arms to the back, release your hands on either side of your foot, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, or if you like, inhale it to high plank. Holding your high plank if you like, or 3 push-ups. Slow and steady. If today's not a day for that upper body, those push-ups, it's okay. Child's pose is always a great place to be. A drink of water, lift those hips, and we meet back in down dog when you're ready. Little tip of the sit bones towards the sky. A little shake of your head, letting go of any tension in the neck. End of your exhale, take the gaze between your hands, walk those feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Pulling the hands to heart center. Find a focal point out in front of you. And we shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot crosses in front of the left, big toe just barely touching the earth. If it feels good to you, lifting that right ankle just above the left knee to a figure 4. Right arm extends to the sky, left hand reaching down, taking a hold of that right foot, guiding that right foot up to the hip crease where the hip and the leg meet, and gently pressing that right knee down. Breathe. Circling that right arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. If you can find your left arm, hold on to it. Solid through that left foot. Giving some love into that right hip, right knee. Once again, release that right arm, circle it up and overhead. Releasing that left hand, right ankle just above the left knee, pulling the hands to heart center. And if it feels right to you, begin to sit it back. Breathe. Be kind. Listen to your body. And slowly we rise, lifting that right knee to 90 degrees. And we're going to take a giant step back to our warrior 1. Back foot's at about a 45-degree angle. Arms extend overhead, and we sink into our lunge. Pelvis remains facing front. Tummy and chest remain facing front. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And exhale, sink. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. We bend that left elbow, hand behind the head, right hand to the elbow, and gently press. If it feels right to you, circle that right arm around behind, reach up. Can you find your fingertips? Lock them if you can find them. As you exhale, begin to hinge it forward, nice long line down the back of the body. Breathe. And slowly we rise. Releasing the hands, extending left arm. Circling that right arm up and over. Exhale, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg high. We can keep that left leg high, or you're welcome to release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, or inhale it to high plank, leg up or down, crocodile down. Press it through, up dog, release your foot. And exhale to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And pull those hands to heart center. We shift our weight now to our right foot. Left leg crosses in front of the right, big toe just barely touching the earth. Breathe. If it feels right to you, slowly lift that left ankle just above that right knee to our figure 4. Extending left arm high, right hand reaching down, taking a hold of that left foot, guiding the outside edge of your foot to the hip crease, and then gently press that left knee down and away. Chest is tall, shoulders are rolled back. Solid through that right foot. Breathe. If you feel tension, if you feel tightness, resistance anywhere, see if you can let that go. Be present. Feel strong through that right foot, gently releasing back to your figure 4, hands to heart center. And if it feels right to you, begin to sit it back. And as we sink, we're asking a lot of that right leg, supporting us. Getting that beautiful stretch in that left outer hip. Making sure your body says, yep, this is good today. And don't judge if it says not today. And slowly we rise, lifting that left knee to 90 degrees. And let's take a giant step back to our warrior one as gracefully as you can. Back foot's out at about 45 degrees. Arms extend overhead and we sink into our lunge. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And exhale, sink. Once again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink, stay low. Bend that right elbow, right hand behind you. Left hand to the elbow and gently press. If it feels good to you, circle that left arm around behind and reach up. Find your fingertips. What's going on with those shoulders? Is the pelvis still facing front? Core strong as you begin to hinge it forward. Lengthening the line from the crown of the head all the way down the back of the body. Does one side feel different than the other? For me, it certainly does today. That left calf getting a nice stretch. Inhale, rise. Release your hands, extend your right arm, and then the left, and flow forward. Hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. And again, we can keep that right leg high, or you're welcome to release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, or inhale it to high plank, leg up, or down, crocodile. Press it through, up dog, release your foot. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. We're going to inhale and bend both knees, lowering your tummy down towards your thighs. And then exhale, extend those legs, press your heels towards the mat. Again, inhale, bend the knees, lift the heels, tuck it in. And exhale, extend it back out. One more time, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, tummy and thighs come towards one another. And then exhale, extend it out. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And exhale, open those arms out to a T. Crossing that right arm out in front of you, left hand to your tricep just below your shoulder. Pull that right arm in. That right shoulder presses down and away, and we're going to turn and look out over that right arm. A little tuck of your chin down towards your collarbone. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale, lift your gaze, turn it back towards front. Extend both arms back out to a T. And then that left arm crosses in front, right hand to the tricep just below the shoulder, and pull your arm in across. That left shoulder presses down and away as we turn and look out over our left shoulder. Breathe. We gaze forward once again. Extend those arms out to a T. Flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest. Press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale it open and reach. Exhale, left arm down, right arm high, lean in and reach. As high as you can, as low as you can. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, other side, left arm up, right arm down, lean in and reach. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, circle the arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers, roll those shoulders up and back. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, arch it back. Reach your knuckles towards the ground, lift your gaze to the sky. Inhaling it up nice and tall, and exhale, hinge it forward. Soft bend in your knees, coming all the way over to a forward fold. Hands remaining at the small of the back as your head is heavy. If it feels right to you, give those shoulders a good roll up and back. Lift your hands towards the sky. And again, give that head a little shake. Make sure you're not holding any tension there at the base of the head, top of the neck. Bringing the hands to the small of the back. Gently releasing the hands and just allow those hands to slide down your legs.
Holding on to the back of the legs, use the strength of the arms to pull that upper body in. Little shift of your weight forward into your toes. See how that plays with the stretch a little bit, intensifying down the backs of the legs. Centering your weight to release your arms, let them just hang. And ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. With a big shoulder roll at the top, and let those shoulders slide down and away. Pull the hands to heart center. And we're going to shift our weight to our left foot. A soft bend in that left knee, right heel kicks out just in front. And we're going to sit it back, bending that left knee, left hand to the left thigh, right fingertips reaching down towards your toes. So with that foot flex, that right foot flex, you should feel this great stretch all the way down the back of that right leg. We're going to circle that right arm up, around, kick that right foot back, take a hold of it with your hand, left arm extends out to dancer's pose, and then slowly press that right foot into your hand, deepening your dancer's pose. Inhale, slowly transition back, drawing those knees towards one another. Hands to heart center, kick that right heel forward, place it down, bend that left knee, and back we go, reaching down towards those right toes. Breathe. Circle that right arm forward, stand tall, circle it around and back. Once again, we come to our dancer's pose. Left arm extends out, take a hold of that foot, and we press that foot into the hands, guiding it back and up. Breathe. We have one more of those. Slowly we rise, drawing those knees back towards one another. Hands to heart center, we kick that right heel out. Bending that left knee, right fingertips reach down towards those right toes. Is that stretch any better? Any easier? We circle that right arm out and around, kicking that right heel back. Take a hold, left arm extends out. Pressing that foot into your hand as you come deeper into your dancer's pose. Breathe. And slowly we rise. This time, go ahead and place that right foot down, hands to heart center. That was a lot. Roll out your left ankle, stretch your toes. Flip those toes over. That feels pretty good for the top of the foot. And then as you're ready, we shift our weight to that right foot, a soft bend in that right knee, left heel kicks out. We bend that right knee, right hand to the top of the thigh, left fingertips reach down. So as we flex that left foot, drawing those toes towards the sky, can you feel that good stretch down the back of that left leg? Core strong, circle that left arm up. Around behind, we kick that left heel up, taking a hold along the inside of that left foot. Right arm extends out. If it feels good to you, press your foot into your hand as you come deeper into your dancer's pose. Slowly, we draw those knees back together. We pull the hands to heart center as that left heel kicks out. Bending that right knee, right hand to the top of the thigh, left fingertips reach down. Stretching down the back of that left leg. Again, circle that left arm up, around behind, kicking that left heel towards your bum, reach back, right arm extends out, and we sink as deeply into our dancer's pose as feels right to you. We slowly rise. Knees come together. We kick that left heel out, bending that right knee, right hand to the top of the thigh, left fingertips reach down. Our last one of each. Core strong, feeling that stretch down the back of that left leg. Reach it out, circle it around, kick that left heel back to your dancer's pose. Right arm extends as deeply as you like. Find your breath. And slowly we rise, pulling the hands to heart center. Standing tall to mountain, roll out the ankle. Stretch your toes, flip those toes underneath and give a little push. Stretch through the top of the foot. That feels good. And to mountain. Inhale, reach. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Let's pull that right foot up about 2/3 of the way up by your hand. Toes are slightly turned open. We rotate to that outside edge of the left foot, right arm to the sky. Really nice stretch in that right hip. Find your breath. The more you roll those hips to stack them, the more you're going to feel that in that right hip. Slowly release that right hand down, roll back to your left toes, step your right foot back. Left foot steps in about 2/3 of the way in. We roll to the outside edge of that right foot, left arm high. Breathe. Finding your breath, settling it down. Remember, this is your journey, your practice. Slowly releasing that left hand down, coming back to those right toes. Step it back to plank, toes or knees, crocodile. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. As those heels work towards the ground, the sit bones reach high, our heads heavy. Remember that ocean wave? We're going to do that here. As we inhale, we come up to the balls of the feet, hollowing our tummy, hollowing our chest, slowly rolling out into that plank. If it feels right to you, let those hips dip down towards the ground as you lift your gaze, opening your chest. Once again, level it back out to that plank. Tuck your chin, hollow your chest, hollow your tummy, slowly transition your weight back and allow those heels to sink. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that right knee through to pigeon. If you need to come over onto that right hip, if this isn't great for your knee, feel free to do that and pull that back leg in. Otherwise, left leg is long and we're in our pigeon pose, sitting up nice and tall. Breathe. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a big breath in and squeeze every muscle in your lower body. You're going to feel yourself kind of lift up off of the mat. And then as you exhale, let yourself sink. Maybe we need to do that again. Squeeze. If you're like, no, I'm good, I can relax, go for it. And release. Slowly walk it out into sleeping pigeon. If you like, we're going to add a thread the needle, extending that right arm out. Left arm passes underneath, palm side up. We turn that left side of the face to the mat and sink in. Closing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. Full, big, deep breath. We lift just enough to pull that hand back through, and we come to our sleeping pigeon if you're not already there. Let's go ahead and walk those hands back up. Come over onto that right hip, sweep that left leg around, crossing left foot just up and over that right knee. Sit up tall, wrap the crook of that right elbow around the knee and pull it in, turning and looking out over that back shoulder. Can you get that left sit bone to the mat? Find your breath. Placing that left hand behind you, right elbow to the top of that left knee, and press against the knee for a deeper rotation. And again, we're still really working to sit up as tall as we can sit. And slowly release that rotation, turning back to front, sweeping that left leg around behind, back to our pigeon pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, step it back to plank. Breathe. Hold your plank and just breathe. Slow and steady. On your next exhale, lift your hips to down dog. We shift our weight to our right foot, left toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through, foot to the inside. We come to our pigeon pose, and again, if you need to, for whatever reason, come over onto that left hip and pull that right foot in. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, we stay at that long right leg in our pigeon pose. Close your eyes, breathe. How's your body responding here? If you like, with your eyes closed or open, take a big breath in and squeeze all the muscles in the glutes, the hips, and gently release with your exhale. Again, one more time if you need it, squeeze and gently release. Now you can certainly stay up, or if you like, start to walk your hands forward to sleeping pigeon. If you'd like to add that, thread the needle, extend that left arm out, right arm passes underneath. About feeling all the feels and making sure that they are good, positive feels. This is stuff that your body needs. That you're not forcing things that aren't ready to happen. We absolutely want to stay away from pain. It's that dull, aching, good stretch. Slowly we lift just enough to pull that hand back through, and we come to our sleep pigeon. And we slowly walk those hands back up, coming over onto that left hip, circling that right leg around, that right foot just to the top of that left knee, wrapping the crook of the left elbow around the knee, sit up as tall as you can. Turn and take your gaze out over that back shoulder, making sure we're getting that right sit bone down against the earth. Feels good to you, place that right hand behind you, left elbow to the top of the knee, press against the knee, opening up the belly, the chest, looking out over that right shoulder. That feels good. And gently releasing that rotation, sweeping that right leg around once again, coming back to our pigeon. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and step it back to plank. Holding your plank. Breathe. Last strength challenge here. Lifting out of those shoulders. Solid. And gently release your knees and sit it back to child's pose. Finding your breath. Slow, steady, deep breaths. And then let's slowly walk those hands towards the knees, tuck the toes, and we're going to walk the hands back so that the knees lift. Now, if you are taking special care of your knees today and this is not great for you, you are welcome to just come down onto your bottom. We'll meet you there in just a second. I just want you to feel that good stretch through your calves as your heels press down towards the ground. They don't have to touch the ground. I just want you to let them kind of sink. You can play with your weight, shift forward or back a little bit. Hopefully this feels really good. Just breathe here for a second. At any point, you can come down onto your bum. We'll meet you there in just a sec. Now carefully come to one side and over to your bum. Sweep your feet around and let's slide on down towards the top of the mat. Extending legs out long. Sitting up nice and tall, reach high. And exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Release your hands and relax the weight of your upper body down. Find your breath, slow it down. As you pull those toes back, can you feel that stretch through the arch of the feet, down the backs of the legs, into that lower back? Yeah, this stretches all the muscles, all the fascia down the back of the body. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet. Lower those arms to shoulder height, and ever so slowly take it back. As you roll down, be mindful that you're going to touch each vertebra one at a time. And relax. Let's pull that right foot in by your bottom and then the left. Hands are down by your sides. Feet are hip width apart. Little pelvic tilt so that the small of the back presses into the mat, and then begin to press through your heels as you lift your hips towards the sky. One vertebra coming off of the mat at a time. All the way up to our bridge pose. Breathe. We begin to lift those arms, fingertips pointing up, and then slowly taking those arms up and overhead. Inhale, lift those fingertips once again up, and then slowly lower, lowering your hips at the same time. This time we're going to lift the hips and the arms at the same time, lifting, taking those arms back up and overhead. Squeeze your buns, lift those hips as high as you can. Lift your fingertips towards the sky, and then ever so slowly lower it back down. One vertebra at a time. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Hands to your shins just below your knee. Point and flex your foot. Roll your ankle. Soften your foot. Bring your hands behind that right leg and extend your right leg. And again, point and flex your foot. Roll the ankle, both directions. Now keep that foot flexed and use the strength of the arms to pull that leg in. Core strong. If that feels right to you, slide your left leg out. That's going to intensify things. So if you need to bend the knee again, bend it. We want to keep that tension, pulling that right leg in with that right foot flexed. Let's go ahead and soften that right foot. Bend the right knee. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the outside of the right knee and pull it across your body. Turning and looking out over that right shoulder. Close your eyes. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center, placing that right foot right by your bottom. Left knee pulls in, hands to the shin just below your knee. Point and flex your foot. Roll the ankle, both directions. Just checking in with that little foot, the ankle, what's going on. And then soften your foot, bring your hands behind that left leg and extend your left leg. Once again, pointing and flexing. Just noticing how the pointing affects your stretch and how that flex affects your stretch. As you point, this beautiful stretch kind of all through the top of the foot, through the front of the shin and the ankle, and then as you pull those toes back, all the way down the back of the leg. Now, when you're ready, keep that foot flexed and use the strength of the arms to pull that left leg in. If you like, you can slide that right leg out. Again, if that's too intense, then just bring it back in. We just want to lengthen all the way down the back of that leg. You can pull as much, as little as you like. Now let's soften that left foot, bend the left knee. Left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and just gently guide your leg across. Turning and taking your gaze out over that left arm. Find your breath. Gently releasing that right hand, rolling it back to center. Extending left leg high, pulling that right knee in, extending that right leg high. Now flex both feet. And point. And flex. And point. Keep those toes pointed, and either one leg at a time or both legs at the same time, slowly lower your legs down. Being mindful that you can keep the lower back, the small of your back, against the mat, and just slowly, slowly, slowly lower those legs down. Keeping that belly button drawn in, keeping the back from arching, staying strong through that core. As those heels gently touch, just allow those feet to naturally roll open. Bringing your hands down by your sides, palms open to the sky, and just take a moment to find a comfortable place. A place where you feel safe, calm. If you want a blanket on, if you want to grab a pillow, whatever you need to feel super cozy and comfortable, make it so. If you prefer to be on your side, on your tummy, or even in a seated position, make it so. We take the time we need to get rid of the wiggles, to find that space where we do feel safe and calm. We take a moment acknowledging any thoughts that may have entered our minds today, taking a moment to thank our bodies and our minds for taking us on this journey today. We are grateful for this time to spend on ourselves, a little self-care, so that we may better care for those whom we love. So important to take time for you, mentally, physically, emotionally, to clear away old mental garbage, to get rid of that fogginess in the mind, particularly first thing in the morning. We set ourselves up for greatness, for a wonderful day ahead. As we feel the weight of our body resting against the earth, we let go of our physical sensations, feeling light, calm, completely at ease. We give ourselves permission to just simply breathe. As we remain here quiet and calm, just a few beautiful words that I'd like to share. Life, love keeps it together. Happiness makes it beautiful. Again, life, love keeps it together. Happiness makes it beautiful. May your heart be full of happiness and love. May you share that openly and honestly with all who you come in contact with. For now, that love and happiness, let it reside within you. Let it help heal and mend. As you are ready, gently beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretching your limbs. Just gently bringing yourself back. And taking the time you need as you're ready. Finding a safe way to come up to a seated position that feels good to you. Rest your hands comfortably, sit up nice and tall. We gently pull the hands to heart center. A gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest. A moment of quiet gratitude. And gently lift your gaze, open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. Be well. I hope your day is amazing. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, namaste.